will tell us more about Kalipso Studio and web services. More specifically, this time, how to build a proof of delivery app in Kalipso Studio using web services. I would like to ask you that if you got any questions during the webinar, please submit them in the Q&A mode, question and answer mode. You have it like in a chat. By the end of the webinar, we will resume all the questions and try to answer to them. Please provide as much context as possible when enunciating the questions so that it will be easier for us to answer you. We hope that you enjoy this webinar, and in case you are presenting any technical difficulty, we strongly recommend you to update your browser and reopen the session. If that doesn't work with you, please try to open it with any other browser. Thank you. I will pass it now to Emmanuel Barros. Emmanuel, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Let me share my screen.
Thank you. Still waiting for the screen to appear. Great.
And now?
I think we are already seeing it. Yes, we can see Calypso now.
Okay, good. So, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for attending another webinar from Calypso. Today, my goal is to talk about web services and web services with Calypso. And I'm assuming already that you know the basic stuff from Calypso. If you don't know and if you feel a bit lost during this webinar, we have the first webinar recorded, and you can watch it again after this. Okay, so I will start a new project. A smartphone. Let's give it a name. Today will be English. Okay, so let's create our first form and see if everything is working. Our basic stuff. Let's change this icon to close the form and change the name. Okay, so now we are ready to start. Okay, so we have I will use a web service to this demonstration. This web service is in a cloud on Amazon, but if you look around, every website or every service, they have a web API, and they need to be documented. And so they provide me documentation for this project. And before I start working with Calypso, I tested on Postman. This is not mandatory, and I don't recommend Postman specific. You can find lots of applications to test this, but you need to test first. So the first thing I will do is to get all articles from our web service, and I can test here. Okay. As you can see, I get a response in JSON. And every time you test a web service, it's a conversation. So when you ask something, you get from a web address, and then the web service will reply you with a response. This is it. So, and I will implement this on Calypso, and I will implement this first step by step. So we need first to ask the question to the service, and then we will get an answer. So let's start by that. So I will create a new form. I can just copy this. Let's change the name. Okay, let's create. Okay, articles. Yes. Let's put this a little bit better looking. Okay. This is better. Okay, so I will do this step by step. Of course, on a final application, this doesn't make much sense, but I will create a button just to get the values from the web, and I will call it get. Why not? So the action on Calypso that we need to use to deal with web services, it's HTTP request. Sorry, where is it? HTTP request. Okay. So we have several stubs here, and let's start by the general. So we are running this locally on our device, and as you can see, we have several targets. So we have an answer body, and we are looking into this. We have an answer header, answer code, status code, and status text. This is very important depending on the web service, and each web service needs to be documented so you can deal with it. So some of them reply with a status code that you need to parse and validate. Some of them don't. In this case, I'm just looking for the answer body, and the answer body will be replying me all I want. So I will use a variable. I will call it body. So, okay. And now we need to ask the question, okay? So I need to know the server and the object. I have here so the server, it's this one, okay? And my object in this case, if you go see here on Postman, is JSON/articles, okay? So we'll copy like this, just to explain you that you need to remove this. Okay, and you have to be careful about the port. In this case, it's the port 80. And we have all the methods here. On this case, is get and the encoding, and some of web service need you to apply a header. Let's say some web service can reply on JSON or XML, so you need to tell on the header that you want to reply on JSON or XML. On this case, I don't need to tell anything. I just need this. Okay, so I'll just save it. Let's try it and see how this goes. Okay, so if we go see here our variable, we have something here. So something, it seems okay. Let's see the request. The request was this one, okay, and JSON. Okay, so now we have the answer. Yes, so now we have the JSON, and we need to do something about this JSON. We need to parse the JSON so we can deal with the values. If you need something to help you parse the JSON, you can just open, let's say, Notepad, okay, and copy the reply that you have. Let's say this one. Go to Notepad, and you can install several plugins to show and format JSON. So as you can see, we have a reply with several lines. We have the code, the barcode, description, family, stock, price, image. So we all need to save everything on a database, okay? So we need to create a local database on Calypso to store everything here. So let's first create a database. So code, we'll bring this down. Go to database, local database, plus. So this database needs a name, so article. Let me see if I'm not articles, just to be the same name, columns. So I need the code, barcode, description, and I'm just copying paste from my XML, okay? Because this will make my life much easier on the future. Oops. Price and image. Okay, I will store the image here because it's just a URL and it's short. Otherwise, if it was the full image here, I will need an Excel process to storage. It's simple. You just grab the value and save it like a normal image. So this is our key, and our code it's varchar. Only our price it's numeric, and our stock it's also numeric. Okay, that's it. So we have our table, and we have our get. So I'll do this really step by step. So now we need to parse the JSON. JSON parsing, something like this. Okay, I'll delete this. And to parse the JSON, we can do it several ways. You can just you can create a for each, and then you go line by line, or you can just do JSON import to table, and it's much simpler. Okay, so JSON import to table, and we have our source, our JSON, on a text file that's located on a variable, this one, and our target table is articles, already created. So we need to go to the column list. Let's look again to our JSON. Okay, as you can see, we have an array of elements. Okay, so and this array don't have any name. So it's an array, and now it's the same thing. Code. I'm doing this. This is the right click of the mouse, add item, code, and we want to save it to code. That's it. So now we are dealing and parsing the array. Code, barcode, description. Family. Stock. Price. Oops. Price. Okay. Last but not least, image. Save, and let's test again. Okay, articles, And as you know, you can go here to SQL, select articles, select everything, double click, execute. So we don't have any records for now. Let me X. So get. So now I have my JSON. Now I have my JSON parsed, all on my table. If I go to select, double click, execute, and I have everything here. I think something went a bit weird. Description didn't appear. I don't know why. I have to see that. Oh, yes. I'm saving description to barcode. That's why. And I'm saving image to, where is image? Here. Okay. I think now it's good. Let's test again. Articles, get, JSON. Let's see if all is okay. Okay. Now we have description and now we have the correct image. So now we can present all the values on the screen. How to do that? Let's, because we have an image, why not using the looper? So let's save. We already talked a bit about loopers on the last session, so I will just want to add one more thing. That is, I will grab the image. Okay. Let me give a name, image, article. Okay. Oh, this can be a bit bigger. Okay. And let's give it a name. Why not? A bit bigger. And let's say the price. Oops. Copied the wrong label. Okay, that's enough. So how to fill this in? So I will go to the properties of the loop. I'll double click on this gray area. Double click, content from a table, and let's add plus it's our table articles. So the description go to label name. Let me change this name label price. So now we have the image, and price to price. Okay. So the good part is that I don't need to copy the image to my terminal and then present the image on my terminal. Because I have the URL, I can just put it on the image and Calypso will deal with it. Okay, so let's try on the simulator, and then let's try on an Android device. Oh, I forgot one thing. We need a refresh control. So get, parsing, refresh. Okay. So now we have all our image and price, etc. Let's try it on Android. So I already have my Android connected. Okay, this one. Let me reduce the image. Test on device, Android. Test. He didn't like it. Let's open again. Okay, we have it here. So articles, I'll get JSON, and then refresh. Okay, worked on Windows, works on Android. Very simple. So now we need to do the same thing for the other APIs that we need. So we need to create the goal is to create an application for proof of delivery. So we need the orders, and we need the line of the orders, and we need the clients, and we need everything. Okay, so it's very similar for what we have done here. Of course, this doesn't make any sense on a real application to get to have a button with get, but you get it. Okay, so let's bring this bigger. So first we need clients. Okay, close this. Minimize. Close form. Clients. And for the clients, it's the same process. So we need an API. Where is it? Sorry. So clients, list all clients. Let's try. Okay, it's here. So it's very similar to the other, and it's JSON file client. Okay, let's create a button. So we don't need a button. We can just, let's say, use an icon. This one. And let's look again. So we have code, name, and address. So we need to create a database with code, name, and address. Let's create a database named clients database. clients with the column code, name, address, save, close. Now I don't have any image, so the looper, I can just use a table. So I'll drag and drop the database to my form, and I will create a table control. Let's put this a bit bigger. We only have 2 clients. I don't need such a big table, but okay. So now we have our database and we have our icon to synchronize. So let's double click here and create the action. So the first one, it's the same, HTTP request. And I need to save this to a variable. Let's save it here, again to body. Why not? And the details. So let me copy my server. And my object. You can even try this on a browser. Let me show you. So if your API is simple and if you don't need to change the header of the request, you can try it on the browser. See? So we have our JSON here. Let's confirm if everything is okay. So we have our variable and our request get 80 UTF-8 save. Sorry. So after we request, we need to import this again to the table. So JSON import to table. The text file, body. Now it's not for article, it's for clients. And again, we don't have any name for our array of values, but we have values, of course, and they are here. So code, it's to code, save, add item, name, and address. That's why I suggest to use the Notepad++, because this is simple and a very short JSON. But if it was too big, it's difficult to distinguish one thing to another. So it's always good to use some tool to help us, like this. Much better. And address. Okay. Now we just need to refresh control our table to check if everything is okay. We need forgot to change the name. Simulator. Let's try. Because it's a local table, it's on the device. If we go again to articles, I don't need to get everything again. I can just refresh because everything is on my database and it's completely offline. So if I go to clients, okay, now I have everything and everything worked perfectly. me confirm. Okay. So now we have our articles and we have our clients. So now we need our orders, the orders to be delivered. Okay, so let me check my documentation. So I have list all orders. Let's try this. Send. Okay. Again, very similar to the others. And I have all my orders here, order one with date and time, client, etc. So, and it's JSON / orders. Okay. Alignment at the middle. Orders. Inform. This is the same thing. Okay, so now we need our orders. We can use the same button for the clients. But we also need order lines, okay? So maybe I will do a little bit different. So, okay. So for this, I will use planes. And I will jump from one plane to another because I select an order and then I want to see the lines. And so I will use the same form. Let's go to the plane one. And let's basic. Orders. Okay. And if you never used planes, they are quite simple. So everything that's on the plane 0, you can see on the other planes. So now we have a different plane. And I will change these to get all orders. Okay. And why not sheet a little bit sheeting? Because I will need all of these. I will just copy. And paste. So now we need to change our HTTP request. Again, we will need our body. This time I will give it a different name. So body orders. Okay. Details, the server, it's the same. Only the object is changing. Let's confirm the object is orders. Okay, orders. And we need this to import to a table. We need to create a table. Okay, let's create the table. Plus. So orders. Column. Order. Date. Time. And client. That's why we import the client first. So regarding time, this is time. Regarding date, this is date. The order number. Okay, orders. Okay, the table control. I don't need date and time for now. Let's just see order and client. So JSON import to table. Okay, body orders, that's correct. To the table orders, that's correct. Column list, again, I don't have any name for my array, but I have order. I need to delete this. Order to order. Simple. Date to date. It's the same thing. Time, 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 add item. I think my date and time are not correct, but let's try. Client, save. And I'm just missing the refresh control to my table orders. Okay. Okay, so I have the open form, but I didn't mention which plane I want to go, so I need to do that. So orders, actions, show form, and we will starting on plane 1. Orders, get all orders, okay. Let's see database, okay. So now we have the orders and we have the client. We need to get order lines, correct? So let's see our documentation. So we have here get order, and as you can see, I'm passing the value 1. Okay, so I'm reaching for order number 1. Okay, and now I have it. Okay, so let's try a different one. Order number 2. Yes. So now here is the first thing that we have a little bit different from the others, that the request need to change, okay? Because we are requesting a specific order and not all the orders, right? So, and when we want to do this, let's say I want to click on my order and then jump for a second plane with my request, okay? So I need to select my order that I want to use, and then asking the question to the server, so get and then saving everything to my database. Okay, so first thing, we need to create a database. Order lines column, and this is what I want to save. Okay, because regarding the order and the client, we already have it. So I need to save the order, the line, the article, quantity, and delivery. So order, line, article, quantity, delivered. So, and article quantity, it's a numeric value. And delivered, it's also numeric. This can be key. Okay. Okay. So this will, let's see how this goes. I'll use I'll use this as a key, the article, and not the order, because the order is always one. So the article, it's the key. Okay. So now we have to deal with the table. Okay. So every time I press order, let's first see how this works on the simulator. Every time I press order, I want to jump to my lines, okay? Because this is not changing too much, okay? No one, it's on my company creating orders. So every time I open the form, I will refresh my table just to be a little bit faster. Okay, so double click on the table, actions. So every time I click, I need to select that order. So table get line, get column value, okay? So if I'm using 0, it's because it will select the line that I just selected, okay? So now I need to get my order correct, and I will place it on a variable. Let's call it order. Okay. Save. And now I need to jump to a second screen, correct? A second screen with all my lines. But first, I need to get all my lines. So HTTP request. I will save my name, body, orders, line. It's more lines, but it's okay. Save. And this is the different part. Okay, so as you know, we need the server, it's the same. So copy, paste. And we need to check our body. But because this is dynamic, I need to pass the number 1, my order number, as a value. Oops. It's done here. Okay. It's this one. Okay. And we need to import this to the table, because every time I click I want a new order, okay, and I will fill in my orders. I will delete the table because this is a temporary table that I'm using. So let delete other lines. And now, yes, we can import the table. JSON import to table. My text that is coming from my local variable order lines and will be two order lines with the column list. Okay, now it's a bit different. So we have an array of lines. Okay, this array have a name and it's line. So lines, and now it's the same thing that we did before. Order. Line. I think I order. Okay. Article. Almost forgot the rest. Article, quantity. I'm always saving this. Quantity, and last one, delivered. And this is the quantity that I will be delivering. Okay, let's confirm order, line, article, quantity, delivery, delivered. Okay, save. So if I click, maybe I want to ask something if I want to get the lines. So let's see a message. So enter order one, question mark. Just to be sure if I want to. So this is my response. If my response is equal to 7, it's because I want to get in. Otherwise, I don't want. So I will move these three things here. Okay. So he will do table get value. He will ask me if I want to enter the order or not. And if I want to enter the order, I will get the values from the server. I will save it to the table. Okay. So now we need to go somewhere. So go to plane number 2. Okay. So save. If we go to plane number 2, we don't have anything. Okay, before starting adding stuff to plane number 2, let's see if this is working. Order number 1. Do you want to enter order 1? Yes. Let's confirm. Okay, HTTP request. Let's copy these and see. Let's see if this makes some sense. Okay, correct. We are getting order 1 for the client number 2. And then I'm deleting, importing to the table. Let's confirm if everything is okay on the table. And we can compare this with this. Okay, order 1, article P001, quantity 50. Okay, order 1, line 2, article 3, line 3, article 4, quantity 2. Okay. Till now, everything is going smoothly. It's close, close, and close. Okay. The easy way to do this, it's again grabbing the table lines. Oops, sorry. And placing them on my orders. Okay, this can be a bit better with a looper and with the image from the article, but let's make our life easy. So order lines. And we have order line article, okay. Quantity and delivered. Maybe we don't need order and the line. Let's leave it. Okay. Okay, so let's put this a little bit bigger. So when we are on plane 1, we click on order, and then we go to the plane 2. And we already have everything on the table. So before going to plane 2, let's refresh the table of order lines. Okay, let's see. Order 1. Do you want to enter? Yes. Okay. I have all the orders here from order 1 and all the articles. Okay, I forgot to put a button to go to plane number 1, but let's do it like this. Okay, order number 2. Enter order number 2. Yes. Okay, order number 2. And again, order number 3. I don't have any line on order number 3. Let's see if this is correct. And you can confirm everything here. Okay, that's correct. Order number 3 don't have any lines, so it's working okay. Let's go back to number 1. So we already select our order, or we select our client to deliver that order. In this case, so now how we can select the article? Okay, I can go again and select a line, open a form, and etc. But I think it's faster to just read the article using barcode and then changing the quantity and asking for a signature. Of course, nowadays with coronavirus, we don't sign the screen, but okay. Normally people ask for a signature and then saving everything on the table and then jumping to the lines. Okay, so how we can use the barcode with this database and how we can read the barcode and select the value and then going to quantity, etc., etc. Okay, first thing, let's deal with the barcode. Okay, it's very easy, and I will using an Android device with a native barcode reading. And because we have the SDK of the manufacturer of this barcode reader, I will use our generic actions. Okay. So barcode connect. These will activate the barcode when I'm opening this form. And if I want to close the form, I will disconnect the barcode. But the way we want to work with this is every time I press the yellow, red, green, blue, something button that the barcodes have, I want to press the button and I want to read the barcode. So I will say that I want to enable. Okay, I will save this to a variable, barcode. So this action will bring me two values, the barcode and the type of barcode. Okay, the type of barcode, it's important because if you are reading a barcode, let's say you are delivering a box, but the barcode that you want to read, it's different from the barcode that you have on the box. Let's say the box is AIN 13, but the label that you are delivering as a QR code. And let's say you just want to block the reader to QR code. So it's important to know the ID. This avoid mistakes. This can avoid mistakes. And this is the reason why native barcode, it's so important. And because you can control what you are reading, okay? So on this case, I want to read a QR code for the article, okay? I don't select the QR code right here. This only reply me the type of barcode that is just read. Let's rename here barcode type. And then let's play a bit with this. Okay, barcode type. So every time I press the button and I read the barcode, I want to do something. Okay, for that I need to add an event. Add an event, barcode scan. Before going further with select, etc., let's just play a little bit with the barcode. Okay, so message. And let's barcode. Okay. And let's try on our device. Okay, where is my, it's here. So let's see if my articles are still there. Yes, they are still here. Clients, okay, we need some clients. Order, get all orders. So for now, everything is working. So let's read some barcodes. So I have here a box with several barcodes, like any. Okay, this is from type 1. This is a QR code. This is serial number. Okay. So this is a different type. Okay, so these are reading, and we can change a little bit, and we can play a little bit with the barcode, just to explain you the difference. Yes. let's see if you are reading barcodes, and in this case, you want to just read the QR codes or just read the EN13. So you can do that, and the laser will be ignoring everything else. Okay, so it's interesting to see that. So let's say I have here a bunch of barcodes that I want to show you. Let's create a button. I will delete this. And on that action, I will just set enable. And let's say I want to enable just EN13. I'll copy that to here and enable everything. Oh, sorry, not 13. But data matrix. Okay. Okay. So I will share my webcam. Don't be scared with me. Okay. João, can you see me? João? Hello? I'm assuming yes. So I have here a bunch of barcodes, and let's deploy this. Okay, I have my scanner. So orders. Yes, I forgot to put an image over there. So if I press all, I can read any type of barcode. If I press the first button, I'll be locking this. So as you can see, this doesn't read any the other one, just data matrix. It's ignoring. If I change to all settings, it's reading everything. Okay. Let's go back to our application and put this for work. Right now I'm reading everything, so I don't need these buttons. What I want is when I want to read the article, when I want to read the article, I want to select the value from the table and then see and compare. Okay, so double click on my form. So every time I scan the barcode, I want to do something. I don't need the message box anymore. I need to select the value from the table. Okay, so select. You can either use the select or you can also use the table on the screen, but let's do the select. Okay, select order lines where the article is equal to our barcode. And we want the quantity. Let's save it here, name quantity. Okay, let's see if this is working properly with a message box. Quantity. test on PC, sorry, Android. Okay, orders, order number 1, yes. So I will read the barcode P001, quantity. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't think this is wrong, but let me confirm. Let me see if it's reading properly. So oh, it's for Android. It's correct. The quantity is not correct. Let me change the value. Okay. I have to check that what's going on, but let's continue. This is one way to select the values from the table, or you can also use the table above if it's faster. Let's say I want to use a table above. You can just do table find, take the article and compare the barcode. And you get the line. So here. Then you need to get the value table, get the value from that line. And let's say quantity. Okay. Quantity. So this does exactly the same as the select. Let's try again. Orders, order number 1, enter, yes. So trying to get value non-existing. So it's not finding, I don't know why, it's not finding the P003.
Could you please check the
here. Other lines? For sure. Okay. Okay, so now we can select, now we have the barcode, and now we need to tell the quantity that we are delivering, get a signature, saving everything to the table. Yes? So let's create a new form. This bigger. Close form. We can leave that like this. So I can say something like this. Set value of my title from my local variable. So I'll put the name of the article above, just to, okay. And now I need to set the quantity. Okay. And we need to get a signature. So the signature is the command draw, the control draw, sorry. Let's put this bigger. This is not centered. I don't know why. Yes. And we need just to save this. Okay, let's create a button where I can where is the save. Okay. Okay, so now we need to jump from the orders to the screen. We need to send the article, and we also need to send to get the quantity and the image. So every time I read a barcode and I validate that, I would need to jump to the other form. Okay. Let's do this. Oops. No. Cancel. Yes, I don't want to delete that. So barcode scan. I want to go to the other form. It's show form. Show form. Basic one. I need to change that name. And I will send the article. The article is just the barcode that I just read. And then I need two values. I want to get the value of the quantity that was delivered. Okay. And the signature. Delete this. Okay. So if I read here, I will jump to the other. I will have my articles over there. I will write the quantity here. This will be numeric. And I will save everything and send back to the other form. So when I click OK, I need first to save the draw. Okay. And before saving the draw, I need to create the file name. So set value, p folder. And I can use, let's say a unique identifier. Why not? I will save this here. Okay. And then I need to save the draw. File name is this one. Okay. And I need to send all that values to the other form. First the draw. And then the value that is on the input control. Okay. I am saving the image, but my web service don't have any image for the delivery. So this will just stay on my device. I can save that to the database. For that, I can modify the database. Let's say signature and save that in my database, so not be lost. And I think it's everything. Okay, not everything. We still need to send this to the server, but now all the other options are over here. So form. So as you know, we select the value, we show the form. Now, when we are closing, we are going back here. So what we need to do? We need to update our table. Where article is equal to barcode, okay, and we will update the value not this table, order lines, the value signature that we need to place here, and the delivery quantity, that's here, and that's it. Okay, let's see if this is working. Then we need to refresh control the table above. To see if the quantity was changed. Okay, let's try on Android. You are not seeing anything, sorry. I don't know what's happening with this application. Okay, let me close. Oh, articles, we see everything here, clients, everything is still here, orders. So entering order number 1. Okay. Yes. So we have our articles, and we need to read the QR code. So for the article P001. So let's read where I have the QR code. Okay, quantity, I'll say 2. I can sign something, save. Let's see on delivery. It's not saving correctly. I don't know. I think it's not selecting correctly the article. It should have, but I don't know. It's not selecting correctly. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, it's this one. Select. It should be okay. Quantity. Order lines, article, we go a barcode. Okay. This is one way of barcode scan, and we also have other ways. Let's say you have a new tag with NFC, and you want to read the NFC and validate that. Okay, so you can also do it. It's very similar to the barcode, so let's do that. Okay, so to read NFC, we go here. Where is it? FFID, NFC. And the logic, it's very similar. So when we are entering the form, we need to connect the NFC. Okay. And we are reading the NFC tag here. I will save it on a different value. Let's change the name. NFC. Okay. And if we leave this form, we disconnect the NFC the same way we did for the barcode. And to read the NFC, it's very simple. We need to add an event, NFC, NFC message received. Okay. Now the NFC tag works a bit like a barcode. So the only difference is that we are not using a laser, we are using radio waves. So when we touch that label, he will read what's there. Okay. So I need to get that message. And how to get that message? So I need to NFC parse the message. And the message is this one, NFC. And what I'm reading is just the text one, and the target for the text, I will say that it's my article. Okay. I don't need the ID right now. I just need the article. Okay. To make sure that I'm really reading, I can again use a message block to test. And unfortunately, I only have one tag here with me, but let's try it. So orders. So now I'm already on my. Okay. See, it's detecting. But let me show you my camera. Where is my camera? Sorry. Okay. Hi. So I have my camera, my device, and this is my tag. And if I touch, okay. I close again my camera. You don't need to see my bad hair. João, can you do something about my audio, because I'm listing myself with echo? It's a bit strange.
I can't hear your echo here, so I think it might be a problem from your side. Do you have headphones or so? Mm.
Now it's okay.
Okay, perfect. So we can continue.
No, it's not okay again.
Emmanuel? I think we stopped hearing Emmanuel. Emmanuel, can you check your headphones connection or so? We can't listen to you. Meanwhile, while we are waiting for Emmanuel, for everyone who's new into Calypso and everyone who wants to try it, I will let you on the top of the screen a button where you can just click it there and download the trial for Kalipso Studio. Still waiting for Emmanuel. Emmanuel, are you already with us? No, we can't hear you. Please, can you please check your microphone connection? I can see you now, but I can't hear you. Okay, still waiting. Well, while we are waiting, I would also like to let you know that if you're trying and if you want to know about pricing and so of Calypso, you can always send us an email to marketing@sysdevmobile.com. I will let the email here on the chat. And of course, we will send you all. We will answer to all your questions related to licensing, pricing, also to support questions. If you're still trying Calypso and you don't have access to the support channel, just send us your questions and we will try to answer you, of course. Emmanuel told me that he's gonna get out and get in again. I'm sorry, everyone. I think this is what happens when we're live. Mistakes might happen, interferences, but we will wait a bit more. By the way, thank you everyone for being here with us. And still waiting. Let's see if Emmanuel gets in again. We are getting a lot of questions from you. Even if we are now stopped, it would be nice if you have any questions, just send it to the chat. We will answer to it by the end. There's people here asking for how much time does the trial work. The trial doesn't have a time. You can work with the trial as much time as you want. Just bear in mind that there is sorry, I think Emmanuel is already here. Sorry. There is a limitation of 3 screens per if you're on the trial. So you can just work on three screens, 3 forms in this case. Emmanuel, hello? I can't hear you still. Could you?
Hello?
Hello, Emmanuel?
Yes? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. I think it was blocking and unlocking mics, but you're here already. Thank you very much. Thank you, people, for still being with us.
Sorry about that. I have no idea what's happening. What was the problem? I think it was with my video camera. Decided to also start recording everything at the same time. So what I want to say is with the NFC, it's the same thing with barcode. The most important part is to get the value. And now we can do the same thing that we did for the barcode, and we just need to copy paste the values, okay? So we need to select, it's the same code. Will be good, of course, to use a local action set, to not always copying the code, but we can do it. Now I'm not selecting the barcode, I'm selecting the article, okay? And I'm sending to the other form. Let's try. Okay, device test. So now I'm not reading the barcode. Now I'm reading the NFC tag. So orders, my first order. I'm reading quantity. Okay, 12. Some signature. Okay. And I don't know why I'm not saving on the table. Okay, assuming this is saving on the table properly, because I'm not finding my bug. Now that we have everything on the table, we need to send everything again back to the web service. Okay, so it's this one. So I read the tag, I presented the form, I selected the quantity. Now I need to send everything again back to the web service. For that, I just need to look to this web service. So edit line order. And if we see the body, I need the order, the line, the article, the quantity, and if it's delivered and the quantity delivered or not. Okay, so you can either export this from your table using JSON export from table, or you can do this manually. And I will do this manually because it's a bit different, and I get a lot of questions regarding this. So let's do it. So it's HTTP request. So when we are leaving, we will send this again to the server. Right now, I don't need the body. I can use the body just to make sure that I get an answer and I can read it. The server, it's the same. Let me just copy the value. And now the object is JSON order line. Okay. Now the data. Here is the different part. Okay. The data, it's this one. I need to put it here. But how I can put it here if this is a comma? So the easy way to do it is, for me, going here. Okay. Select this, Control Find, and you replace by the quote. Okay. Again to Calypso. Don't forget the first quote, double quote, and the last quote. Okay, so order, line, article, quantity, and delivery. And of course, we don't want to send fixed values. We want to send variables, right? So let's see. So where is order? We have that. Order. Line. We don't have that. We still need to get that. Article. We have that. It's this one. Quantity. We don't need to send that, but we can fetch that quantity. And we also have delivered. See, so this is the one way to create a JSON to send it to the web service. I will leave the line 1 like that because okay. So what we are missing, let's try that. Again, because we are working with Android, so we don't have the what's the name? We don't have the simulator to help us. Of course, you can do it on the simulator before going to NFC, because as you can see, NFC is just one action to get the value. If you have this working, you can simulate everything on the PC, or you can use the message box to help you debug your application. I'm missing one small important step. As you can see, this is a put, and it's not a get. Okay, so we need to change that. Form actions HTTP request, instead of a get, it's a put. Save, and that's it. Test. Okay, João, I'm finishing here. I think you have a bunch of questions. Let me read my NFC tag.
Hello again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let me just finish this. Okay, reading the tag.
Let's
quantity,
just close it.
Save it. Okay. I'm not managed to select something from the database, but this is the main idea. I think we can skip for the questions, please.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Let's just go to the questions because we are here already for some time, and I think it could be good for us to answer some questions. People, please bear in mind that this is the first webinar we are doing with this new platform, and so far it's going. I think it's going well, apart from that technical problem. But we are now we're going to try a new feature to show the questions, which I think it will be nice. So, Emmanuel, the first question, could be possible to use tabs instead of planes? I think this would have a context. Yes.
Yes, of course. You can use tabs instead of planes.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to elaborate a bit more, but let's say you are here on plane 0, you can place a tab with different names. Okay, let's see. Tab 1, tab 2. The bad part of the tabs on this scenario is that the user can jump right on for the tab number 2. Okay, let's put a white background. Also, okay. So if you go here, and let's just copy one button here to show you the difference. Okay. See, you can jump from one tab to the other. Okay, all these colors are not great, but yes, you can use the tabs.
Okay, great. Let's pass to the next question. Is case important here? I think this question was also in the context in the beginning. I don't know if you can answer it right now.
Is case important? What case?
I think this was related to a part of the webinar, a specific moment. I can't remember as well. Anyway, the question was published by Richard Fried.
Maybe
Richard,
if it's
if you
case sensitive.
Mm.
Please, Richard, elaborate that.
When importing JSON text names.
On the action JSON import to files here. Sorry. Here?
Yes. I think we have a yes.
To be honest, I don't think case is relevant, but we can try it. Very easy. Let me just delete everything. So I will delete all my data, and I change from.
The better way is to try.
Yes.
Yeah, the best way.
No, yes, it's sensitive. Okay, it's case sensitive.
Okay, great. Let's proceed to the next question. So to use web services, miscommunication is still required? No,
you don't. No, because the request is directly from the device to the web service. Miscommunicator is no longer needed.
Okay, great. I think this question was related to a doubt in a specific moment.
Yes, Rafael, the key should be order plus line and not article. That's maybe my problem. Yes.
So this one was also related to that moment, I think, from Clement.
Yes, I was not selecting a very good key. I was selecting the article and not. Yes, that was my problem. Yes.
Okay, great. The next question, can we create a web service on Calypso from an SQL database?
No, you can't create a web service in Calypso. Okay, maybe the question was more related with if you can create a SQL web service from a SQL web service from a SQL database. In that case, you can. That's what we are using this. But Calypso don't have that property. We don't have any way to create a web service.
Web service.
The goal is to consume and use web service.
Great. How can we work with Google Maps API?
Okay, first, yes, you can use HTML viewer to see the maps on your screen. Okay. Everything related with the Google Maps API, you need to read the Google Maps API. I don't know it by memory, okay, but it's the same thing that I'm using here. Let me Google Maps, and I'm looking to Google Maps, but everything that you see does have a web API. You will see that is very similar to what we have done here.
Do you think this would be a nice suggestion for a webinar, Emmanuel?
No.
No?
No, because unless Google want to support this, this is a paid
yes,
product.
it's a paid product. Yeah.
So, and we support the API, okay, because you can use any API to relate with this, but we cannot provide direct support to the.
In any case, to show
yes.
how could we connect it in Calypso?
Yes, and we have. I'm not finding the correct API here to show you, but it's the same thing. We use it on other applications, but it's the same thing. I don't know which the documentation is right. I will not waste too much time right now. Okay, query. I don't have here I don't know what's the URL encoding maps.
Okay, just to bear in mind, it's possible to connect the API with.
Yes, it's possible. I don't know personally, but it's possible.
But if you so the question was made by let me just check, Daniel Loyasa. Daniel, if you need any help on it, please contact our support, and of course we will gladly help you on that as much as we can. Let's just proceed to the next question. I think this is also related to the
What's the next?
Yeah.
You need also to add tech article in your select.
It was something related to what you were.
In order to article to get the quantity. This is probably related with the select that I was doing. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So, where can you send a link to the basic concepts webinar? This is not related to technical part, but
sorry.
Yes, I will send you.
As you can see, this is a get and this is a response in JSON.
Sorry.
So everything is very similar with we done here. So we are getting something from a URL, and you need the API key from Google, okay, and you get a response in JSON, okay. In this case, you are giving an address and you are getting a geocoding response, okay. So it's very similar what we have done here. It's the same thing, okay. Let's say you want a distance or something, so you can use Google API for that. Okay, everything will be on JSON or XML depending on your request. Okay.
Okay, let's just proceed to the next question then. So in the datasheet for Kalipso Studio version 5 component box, was mentioned? When and how it will be available?
Component blocks. What component blocks?
It might be related to components. Anyway, this is related to Kalipso Studio version 5. I can answer that. We will have. We are already preparing a session related to the version 5 and its features. And
I know.
We will let you know about it. We will let you know about it as soon as possible, so that you can register. And of course, we will in there. We will explain a lot of the new features from Kalipso Studio. So yeah, we can. Anyway, the question was by Michael. Michael, we can answer to you that later, of course. Please just send us an email with this specific question, and we will send you all the information related to the components box and so on. Let's just proceed to the next question, Emmanuel. In this case, related to this specific webinar. Can we create a web service on Calypso from? This is the very same question. In a combo box, is it possible to load static values at runtime?
Yes, in a combo box, yes.
Okay.
You can have the content and you can display different values here, okay? And you can add them. I think was this they was asking.
I think so. So let's proceed to the next question. In Calypso, is there a way to use Breakpoint for debugging?
Oh yes. So let's see some place where I have more than one action here on the clients. So if you go here to code, break, okay. And then if you are on the simulator, this in case the break didn't break, but it's not that situation, but you can use sleep break, and for debugging, you can also, what was the other thing? Can't remember. Insert a breakpoint, okay? Right click and insert a breakpoint. I think this is what he was asking. See, it's stopped. Then you can step or continue. Okay. I think this was the question.
Great. Let's proceed then. The next question, is it possible to run jar to render control from jar to Calypso form?
You cannot create controls on the runtime, okay? You have to have all the controls on the screen. You can run a jar to get some value, and that value will, let's say, you can have this control visible or not, and then you can enable that control and fill in that control with any value that you get from the jar, okay? But you need to have all the controls already created. You cannot create new controls on runtime. Unless you are using a looper, and then you can add more lines to that looper, of course, but you cannot add more controls to that looper, okay?
Great. The next question, how to react to coming back to a form?
I don't know if you notice here, let me show you on my plan 2 form. I don't think so. When I'm going to read the NFC tag, okay, I enter this section and I make the select, and then I show form, okay? On this show form, I'm jumping to the other form, and all these actions will be running after the show form. Okay, so because Calypso will run this on sequence. Okay, so if you are coming from the other form, that what I'm doing, that's why I'm getting values from the targets. I will run everything after the show form. Okay.
Great. Can we proceed to the next question?
Yes.
So, hi. Is it possible to show a loading cursor?
Yes. Just use HTML control and a GIF. Why not?
Great. The next question is related to the trial. Trial is very limited. We don't need 3 screens. If you need more than 3 screens for your trial, just contact us and we will gladly help you on that question. We can provide you with a demo license or so for 1 week so that you can try with more than 3 screens.
Let me also comment regarding that. That's very limited. As you can see, the application that I just did has five screens. Okay, and the trial is limited to 3. We know, but all the actions are available on the trial. All the controls are available on the trial. You can use web services. You can connect to any database. The only limitations are related with just 3 screens. Okay, even the simulator don't have any time limit. Just on the if you deploy to an Android. Okay, Android or iOS
or any other device.
Yes, only on that point. Okay.
Yes, great. Anyway, if you need more than 3 screens, just contact us and we will gladly help you.
Yes, of course.
Yes, will this webinar be available for us? Yes, of course it will be available for you, for all of you. We will send you all the information after the webinar. I can promise you it will be today, but we will for sure send it tomorrow. In version 5 of Calypso, of course, can the coordinates be taken from an Android device to use in Google Maps?
Sorry?
In version 5, can the coordinates be taken from an Android device to use Google Maps?
Yes. You get the coordinates from here. Okay. Longitude, latitude, altitude, and then you can send this to Google.
Okay. Okay, great. Let's proceed to the next question. Can we use access files from Office 365 SharePoint?
Okay, let me separate these in different questions. Can access, you mean not the Microsoft Access. You are asking about getting the files from Office 365 SharePoint. Yes, why not? If they have an API for that, yes. I have no idea if they have an API for that. If they have an API for that, yes.
Great.
Let me Google that. Proceed to the second question, please.
Sure. And I think this is going to be the last question. At least for now, it's the last question. So let's say Calypso connect directly to an SQL server. Is it required to have a miscommunicator installed and running?
Yes. If you want to connect directly to SQL server, you need a miscommunicator. Yes. Otherwise, let's say Android can't access the database. Regarding the other questions, the previous question about Office.
Yes.
Yes. So as the same, you have a GET, you have a URL from your Office 365. You will need an access token. You need to read the documentation how to get that token, and then you get a reply in XML. So it's the same logic that we just did now. Okay.
Okay. Great. We don't have any other questions. Thank you for all of us who stayed with us till the end. Since you stayed with us till the end and we will let you. We would like to let you a sort of final candy or so. I will let you. I will send you here a survey, and all of you can answer and tell us which other subjects would you like for us to talk about in the next webinars. Um, I think it already appears on your screen. You can answer, and we will try to cover as much as possible of your suggestions. Manuel, do you have anything to tell?
Yes, I want to tell. Web services are very different from one to the other. As you can see, Microsoft reply everything in XML, Google reply in JSON. They all have different methods to log in. So my recommendation is, before start dealing with web service in Calypso, always try in some application like Postman. Okay, this will make your life much easier to test and to try. And if it's working here, we'll work on Calypso for sure. More things, and yes, with web service, it's a new world. You have unlimited possibilities. There are so many web services over there that you can use. It's very interesting. Okay. So this is what I want to talk. Everything on the web nowadays is using web services. This is the future. And just use some tool like Postman to help you start.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being with us. I will let a little bit more the session open and the screen so that you can take your time and tell us all your suggestions for the next webinar sessions. And again, we will promise that we will take a look on it and we will try to cover as much as possible. Thank you again from me and from all the Kalipso Studio team, and we wish you a great day and a great week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.